my rays of light, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing a psychic reading on Keanu Reeves in front of the camera as promised. So I'm going to try my best now to start getting more in front of the camera like I used to. I feel a little bit more confident and just feeling a little bit much better, like a lot better these couple of last weeks. So I'm just really grateful to each and every one of you out there, first and foremost, before I even get started, so that you know that I'm just so grateful to you for all of your support. We are at 25,000 subscribers, 25,000 rays of light out there. I'm so excited, so grateful, and I will be holding a giveaway and announcing that later tonight on my YouTube community page. So if those of you that are not aware of that, you can check it out there. You can also go to my Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray and be sure that you follow me there, so that way you can be qualified to enter as well here on YouTube. But if you go to my Instagram stories, you can always see a lot of the stuff that I post. I post a lot of music videos, some of things that I'm selling from my website, jewelry, pendants, and just a lot of different posts that I kind of keep it fun and not just spiritual, but kind of incorporating a little flavor of myself into that. So I'm just so grateful. Again, thank you so much. Later this week on Wednesday, I am doing an interview or a soul chat with Ray, and it's going to, my guest is going to be Madame Pamita. Some of you may know her. I think a lot of people do. She is a witch, and she is a YouTuber, and she is a shop owner, and she's much more. She's like a spiritual teacher, and so I just have the pleasure of actually doing a live with her, and I'm so excited. She's in the process of moving her shop, and there's just a lot of good things that she's going to be talking about on my Instagram live with her. So be sure to check that out. That's going to be at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern. So I'm going to go ahead and immediately get into Keanu Reeves. The energy around Keanu right now, he is someone that is a very old soul, and I feel like he does have a lot of connections to a star being. So he's someone that's very evolved. He's come out in movies, for those of you that don't know, like The Devil's Advocate. Also, he's come out on Constantine and a lot of The Matrix, and his credentials and his achievements just go beyond. And I know a lot of you out there are fans of him, and so I'm so grateful to be able to do this. I see right now for Keanu that he is going through some changes, and that's all of us. With the energy of every planet that's in retrograde right now, which is several, it's going to be affecting a lot of us in many ways, and movie stars are not immune to that either. So with Keanu, I see him going through some changes. He's kind of like stuck right now in his own way of thinking, and he's been in this business for quite some time, so I don't feel like he's going to necessarily change what is working for him, but I do see him kind of cutting out certain people, not necessarily like ending friendships, but kind of like setting boundaries, and that's what it's all about. At this point in stage in his career, I really feel like he has kind of learned what works, what doesn't work, and he knows the ins and outs of the operations pretty well. So I see that. I also see like he is dealing with a lot of his shadow self and a lot of the pain that he carries as well. I think a lot of us see him as a strong, very rugged type of man that is just handsome, etc. But he also has depression. He goes through that as well. I kind of feel like he doesn't talk about it. He's not the type to kind of like display his emotions, and he keeps it very well in check. Health-wise, I'm not a doctor, but I also see some changes there that he would be going through. This comes with age, like blood pressure, needing to just watch that. Also just some bone issues, some injuries that he sustained, over time with his, like I keep getting the knee section. That's something to kind of watch over time. But overall, he's healthy. I don't see anything like really bad. When I get into him, I also don't see a dependency like I see with other actors out there or actresses. Some of them that are in the entertainment business have a lot of dependencies and stuff like that. So I feel like he's very much, aware of who he is and not to fall into that kind of negative trap. So we're going to see a lot more of Keanu over the next couple of years. He's very busy. I do feel like he is feeling kind of like this may be more in his love life, like things are not moving on or moving into the direction that he wants. I almost feel like he cares about two different ladies, two different people, and the energy is kind of shifting back and forth. There's someone from the past and there's someone from the present. Both of them are brunettes, although they may change their hair color, but I do get that they would be around the same age as him. And there's a lot of women who would, you know, give anything to just be Keanu Reeves' wife. But I feel like he's not necessarily going to, you know, pick someone right now. I still get that feeling that he wants to be detached, primarily because of what he's experienced in his previous, you know, marriage and all of that in the past. That's kind of like been left in the past. So I don't see him changing that per se, but I do see him really kind of like contemplating and having choices and options. And at some point I feel like he will remarry, but it's not going to be right now. I feel like within the next 5 to 6 years, he may decide to kind of, you know, get out of the entertainment business. Not so much of the movies, he's going to still do that, but it won't be like back-to-back projects, and he's going to be more taking on the role of a producer, a filmmaker, like kind of doing that kind of role. But he definitely is going to always be in that business and always make movies, etc. You know, that's just who he is. And he's, you know, a very good, sought-out after actor, you know, someone that everybody wants to see on camera. I do feel like there is some kind of scandals that we will see in the headlines with him. He's not a diva type. He's not someone that's scandalous. He's very zen-like when he gets into I get into his energy. But with anything in the entertainment industry, there's always going to be, you know, he said, she said kind of thing. And I feel like there is going to be like another actor that is not as good as Keanu, but is still pretty good. You know, he has his own platform, his own audience, etc. And I feel like there's going to be some kind of you know, back and forth or something said, not necessarily, and this is almost like unspoken, but I feel like there is a brotherhood of them around, you know, they're around these A-list actors or actors like Keanu Reeves, you know, people like George Clooney and you know, Adam Sandler, or maybe not Adam Sandler, but I was thinking of can't remember the other name, but it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is that I feel like there's going to be some kind of that going on. I also feel like out of those two women that I mentioned that is going back and forth, one of them is like putting an ultimatum or wanting some kind of, you know, moving forward in the relationship. They want more. They don't want to be kind of like hidden or out of the media, etc. This is kind of getting boring. It gets boring after a time, and that's for any of you that have been in a relationship and you've been kept kind of hush-hush. That kind of, you know, doesn't make you feel very loved, or makes you feel like they're proud to, you know, have you all, you know, and not display you, but kind of, you know what I mean, like having you by their side and being equal partners, 50-50. And I just don't see that. But he is going to be having a lot of success in his financial area, in his career. Like I said, that's going to continue to flow. Whatever he's wanting to do, I see some big projects for him in 2019. Definitely going to be emerging, doing that. I also feel like he is working with some kind of organization. I don't know. He does come across as someone that is a healer and does care about people genuinely, especially children and people that are sick, etc. So there could be some kind of charity or something that he works with, and that's just what I'm getting from Spirit. You know, he is that type of person who is just genuinely cares about people, and that's never going to change. You know, he's never going to change who he is. I don't know if he also plays music in his spare time or he practices, because I see something along the lines of kind of having either a role where he plays music, or like a musician, or he is actually, you know, recording music, etc. A lot of times when I get these insights, you know, it may make sense to him or to people that are on his team, and it may not make sense to me, but that's what I'm getting. I also feel like in the position that he's in, you know, even though he's a very honest and authentic person, I do feel like he has had to extend the truth in many ways on certain things, you know, in the industry, what not to say, or maybe white lies, kind of like a fib, etc. What used to be hidden is now coming out more to the forefront, and I feel like a lot of this is eventually one of those lies is going to catch up on him, and it's going to be something that comes out in the media, and they spin it out of control to sell tabloids, and that would only make sense to him. You know, and during all of this, he's going to feel kind of judged by people. He's going to feel like a lot of his core audience or fans, you know, judge him for that, for not coming out about it. Yeah, I'm not saying that he never has had, you know, any kind of problems or he's not lied, but I feel like there is something there about that when I get into that. I also feel like he is kind of like there's people in the industry that look up to him, and he may be giving them pointers, kind of like being a mentor in some kind of way. There is some kind of dispute or legal dispute that is going to surface around property. This could be like him wanting to sell a property or a home, but there is something legal that is coming up within the next year or so, and it could be much sooner. And I see this having to relate to property, etc., and money loss. Like somebody is losing money, and I don't feel like it's Keanu, maybe the other party that would be involved in this, but there's two different parties that are involved in this, and it's over property is what I feel like. He does need to be careful when driving. I do feel like there's some danger around speed and driving him. You know, I don't know if he drives his own vehicle. That's what Spirit says. But whenever he's like, you know, driving, he just needs to be very careful with that, and not to speed. I also feel like he will have eventually some kind of stalker situation. That's so weird it comes through, but I feel like he does have someone that is like a stalker, somebody to watch out. And I feel like this is a female, not a male, that is a fan of his and that would be like kind of stalkerish. And I feel like this is just something for him to just watch, and maybe only him and his team will know. But definitely he needs to, you know, just have security around his home, etc., when he's there. But overall, you know, everything is bright with him. I wasn't going to make this into a very long reading because I'm doing it on camera, and my train of thought sometimes gets pushed in different directions as I'm listening to Spirit, and I tend to talk very fast when I'm channeling from Spirit. So again, this is kind of new for me to do it in front of you, a psychic reading. I typically talk very well in front of the camera, but again, this is just what I get from Keanu Reeves. But that, and then all of you, I want to talk about something else for those of you that are tuning in, and that is with, you know, feeling appreciated. And just, you know, if you have ideas for my channel or things that you want me to do on my channel as far as like readings, I know a lot of you have said you like historical readings, etc., just let me know. Comment in the comment section below, and I'll definitely you know, incorporate that into my list of things to do. For those of you that are struggling out there today, know that it's going to be just fine. This is a very hectic energy. I do, you know, want to say this, and that is that the world is definitely shifting. We're going to see in the next couple of weeks a lot of, you know, events around the world, people that are passing that are so young. I know that was a question, like Cameron Boyce, you know, why he passed so young. There is a mass exodus, and there's a lot of you that are new to my channel that haven't really paid attention to my predictions, and I had some woman attack me on my video for the California earthquakes, and she was like, it would be nice if you would give these predictions before the disaster. And I was like, I did, duh. I mean, there's just, I know, and I'm not upset about it. I'm just saying, you know, there's a lot of you that are new to my channel that are not aware, but you can go and see my predictions on my website. It's www.raymondguzman.net, and then you can just go to the predictions tab. And I did, you know, talk about these earthquakes, the tornadoes that we've had this year, natural disasters, you know, our presidency, the administration, and, you know, different predictions that I've had that have come to pass, and some that are yet to come to pass. So if you haven't checked that out, check that out. I also made a video, and it's on my playlist, of predictions for 2019, like world predictions, etc. I'm not here to pretend or to claim that I am, you know, all-knowing, all-seeing, and that I'm God, because I'm not. And I'm not always right either. You know, that's just human nature. Any psychic that says I'm always right is full of ego, and we're only human. So I can only give you the insights that I get from Spirit. Unfortunately, you know, someone's going to always have an opinion about me. Someone's always going to have an opinion about other psychics out there, and I'm not here to defend my gift or to make you a believer. I'm here to do what I've been set on my life path to do, which is to help elevate consciousness, help you as a spiritual mentor, teacher, and, you know, do these readings. And a lot of people don't understand why I just do celebrity readings. I don't. I actually do private readings for everyday people that are not celebrities. But for my channel, it was something that I felt like a lot of people had at the time, you know, this wanting to know other than what the media puts out there and the tabloids, because a lot of that are lies that are just used to kind of sell tabloids, etc. So I started off doing this about maybe a year and a half ago, reading celebrities, and it slowly grew. The support grew, my fan base grew, my audience, and I'm so grateful, like I said, and I'm not going to stop just because there's some negative people out there who don't agree with what I'm doing on my channel. You know, they're going to have to just not look at it. And I have people, you know, that just come to my channel just to give it a thumbs down, and it's so sad that those people have nothing better to do with their life, or to, you know, really just expend that energy. That's like 2 minutes wasted or a second wasted of their lifetime focusing on me when they could be focusing on improving themselves. And you'll always be criticized by someone doing less than you, and that just comes with the territory. So I wanted to, you know, kind of have an uplifting message that's very real to the core, because a lot of you out there are going through maybe something similar in your workplace, or you're not feeling appreciated, or you're having drama from somebody else that has created that in your world. And it doesn't have to be just, you know, that. It can be family members as well. Just stay positive and stay rooted and grounded and authentic to who you are, and never give up. So doing that, you know, I just wanted to say that. And then also wanted to talk about the ice cream bluebell challenge. Apparently there's another guy that got busted for licking the ice cream and putting it back. Seriously, at this point, I'm not going to want to get anything from Bluebell ice cream. Just not wanting to do it because of the fact that these people, this is not a young person either. This was a 36-year-old guy, my age almost. I'm 37, so I mean, he was just like a year younger than me. And you'd think that they would know better, and people are ruining their lives licking ice creams. And that's the thing, when one person does it, it's like a ripple effect. Everybody else starts doing it. Not everybody, but a lot of people who are like thinking that they're invincible, or there are no cameras involved in the store. So please, please, please do not ruin your life licking a tub of ice cream. It's just not worth it. It is gross. It is like throwing your whole life away for something so ridiculous. So just don't. And as far as the Cheetos sandwich, I read a lot of the comments, and I try to like as many of them in yesterday's video. Thank you so much for that. I'll be doing more reviews like during fall. I love Starbucks. I love a lot of their pumpkin spice, you know, and just their caramel frappuccino. I love that. I also like their dolce, kind of like cappuccino. So there's just so many things that I love and that I will be reviewing. I will kind of incorporate that. I was going to actually do it, like I said yesterday, in front of the camera and start eating in front of the camera, but I was like, I'm not like that type of person. I'm very conscientious about how I eat, and I don't want people judging me for, like, you know, having some food coming down, or like, you know, just eating it in a weird way. That's just not who I am. But who knows, I may do a mukbang in front of the camera for y'all, just so that you can see, you know, I'm just like y'all out there. Just because I have spiritual abilities, a lot of you do too, and I'm very down to earth, and I just want to incorporate new things into my channel as well. You know, so it's fun, it's light, it's not just all dramatic or gloomy, because a lot of these subjects that I touch on, you know, are very, very real life, you know, day-to-day or real life experiences, and sometimes they're kind of morbid. They're not as, you know, pleasant. So once again, I want to thank you so much for those of you that are barely tuning in, or you just have you know, you fast forwarded through the video and you're here now. Again, I will be having a giveaway here on my YouTube community post. If you go to my page, you go to the community tab, there will be a giveaway that I will be announcing, and you'll see the details for it. In order to qualify for that giveaway, you need to be following me on my Instagram as well. So if you don't have an account on Instagram, you may need to create one. I know that that's maybe not sound fair, but typically when I do giveaways, I don't really require any kind of criteria. But I do want to also grow my YouTube channel as well, just like my Instagram account. You know, it's just like I'm growing my YouTube channel. So those of you rays of light, I'm also wanting you to go over there and subscribe or follow me, because of the fact that I have a lot of good posts and things that, in addition to when I'm not filming, that you could actually learn from or kind of gather some kind of information. But check that out. And again, be sure to check out my website. If you have not yet subscribed to my website, go to www.raymondguzman.net, and when you're there, give it a second and there should be a pop-up screen to subscribe to my website. If you're listening and you have not yet subscribed to my website, you need to do that, because a lot of you have been asking, when are you running a sale on your readings, etc. And sometimes when I announce that, I send out a mass email to all of you that are subscribed to my website. So also be sure to subscribe to my website, and you'll be notified of new jewelry that I have available when it comes out, any sales, etc. So just go ahead and do that. And if you have not yet liked this video, give it a thumbs up or smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not yet. Hit that red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of the video, as well as the notification bell icon, and that way you'll be notified of any future videos that I do publish. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing day or night wherever you are in the world.